Don't need this anymore. Goodbye, Phantom. There's a better you. YouTube, what is up? Andrew with Oopbox Media here. As you can see, I didn't actually burn my drone. That would just be wasteful. But this thing is a thing of the past. Now with the new Karma and the new Mavic coming out, they're just so small. Who would ever want this anymore? I mean, I know I'm going to get one of them. I haven't quite decided which one. I'm going to go over some of the comparisons between the two. We're going to look at a scaled side by side, how big they are compared to each other. And I'm going to go over the price points, the benefits of both, and let you make your own decision. As I said, I haven't quite made mine yet. So let's check this out. Okay, what we have here is a little drone comparison chart that I've put together to kind of make it a little easier for you to see how they match up to each other. As you can see, the folded up size of the GoPro Karma, 14.4 inches long, compared to the folded up size of the Mavic, 7.8 inches long. On the GoPro, I'm not sure if that measurement includes the props or not. I don't think it does. One thing that I really like about DJI, on their website, they're very specific about what their statistics mean and what they're referring to and under what circumstances. For example, the weight. The GoPro Karma comes in at 2.2 pounds, but I'm not sure what all that includes. The Mavic comes in at 1.64 pounds, and they actually say it includes the battery, props, and gimbal cover. So that's nice. They really tell you exactly what the statistic is and why. The max speed, the Karma 35 miles per hour, and the Mavic 40 miles per hour. The max flight time, it's listed on GoPro's website as up to 20 minutes. The Mavic on DJI's website says 27 minutes, and they also let you know that is zero wind at a consistent 15.5 miles per hour. Again, they are just very specific about what their statistics mean. The max flight range on the Karma is only 0.62 miles, and on the Mavic, it's 4.3 miles. Now, in the United States, you have to keep it within sight, so this isn't that big a deal for people here if you're abiding by the law. But 4.3 miles, wow. I mean, I could fly that thing halfway across my town at 4.3 miles, and that's pretty cool. So now here is a comparison of the size. I took this on the computer, I scaled them up. As you can see, the GoPro Karma 14.4 inches long, the Mavic 7.8 inches long, and I threw it in there next to a Coke can at 4.8 inches tall so you can get an idea of scale. Can you believe how small the Mavic folds up? And that includes the props on it. As you can see on the GoPro, that does not have the props. Again, I don't believe that that measurement included the props when I scaled it. It does not look like it does include the props. So that is amazing to me. If you look at this picture, you can see the actual Mavic next to the remote, next to a Coke can. Next, if we look at the controllers, they're a little bit different. As you can see on the GoPro controller, it folds up into a little box and includes a screen. The Mavic controller folds up very small and has a little screen, but the screen on there only gives you information about your flight. It does not show you first-person view. You have to use your phone for that. The other thing you can do is not use the controller at all and use just your phone, although I do not see that being as easy to do. I assume that most people are probably going to want to use the controller. But it is nice to have the option in case you want to leave that one extra thing behind. Now here is what is included with each, because I think that's important to look at, because these are two very different packages really, and you know, I think they're going to appeal to different groups of people. If you look at the GoPro Karma, you can see that it includes the controller with screen, a stabilizer, which is the gimbal, charging cable, 1 battery, 6 propellers, so you get an extra set in case you break one. You get the Karma grip, which allows you to take the gimbal and use it handheld, which is very nice. And then you get a case that doubles as a backpack, which is awesome as well. I love that, because you could spend $100 on a case depending on, you know, what you get. You also get a mounting ring. The mounting ring is for the Karma grip, and that is very cool because you stick that right on the grip, and then you can attach the stabilizer, gimbal, whatever you want to call it, to any of the GoPro mounts, which is awesome. I mean, I don't know if you've used a stabilizer before. I have one for my GoPro, and it gets some of the greatest footage out of all my stuff because it's just a lot electronically stabilized perfectly, and it is very cool to use. Now, I gotta give props to GoPro. They did a great job at putting this package together. I love that they're giving you the grip included with it. It's an all-in-one type of ecosystem that people need. People need that stuff. Now, I already have it, so that's kind of where it shies me away a little bit, but I do like that it all comes together and it fits right in the backpack. As you can see, the backpack holds all this stuff. The only downside of this backpack I see is I don't see any room for an extra battery, and the flight time on this is only 20 minutes, so I almost always have an extra battery with me. Now, if you look at the pricing on this, it comes in, if you want the Hero 5, it comes in at a little over $1,000, $1,099. If you want it with the Session 5, it's just under $1,000, $999. Comparing the two cameras is a little hard to do. They don't give you the exact specs on them, but they are fairly close. I have a feeling that the GoPro camera is probably, you know, quite a bit better, more options, more things you can do with it. So that's just my opinion. I haven't been able to use both of them, but just in my experience, and since it does act as a standalone camera also, it's probably going to be in general better. Now, if you look at the Mavic package, it comes with a controller, but no screen. The stabilizer, now it's built on, so you can't take it off. The charging cable, a battery, times 6 propellers, a 16 gigabyte micro SD card, a micro USB cable, 2 RC cables, one of them lightning and one of them micro USB, and 2 RC cable sliders. I don't know what the RC cable slider is, but it is nice that they give you some options for connecting to the computer, I'm guessing, on those different cables. It's also nice they throw in the micro SD card. If you look at the packages here, you can get it with the remote for $999. I've read that you can get it without the remote for $749, but on DJI's website, I don't see that package available. Maybe once it's released, they'll add that on there, but I don't see it on there currently. So here is the Mavic kit that you can get for the $1,299. Included in that kit is a car charger, which is nice for when you're on the go, a small carrying case, 2 extra batteries, 4 extra props, that's 2 sets, a charging hub. The charging hub charges 4 batteries, but it does not charge them all at the same time. It detects which one is lowest on energy, charges that one, moves to the next one, and then moves to the next one. So it doesn't charge them all at the same time, but you don't need, I don't think you need 2 batteries at once unless you have 2 drones. And then you also get a power bank adapter. This is a little bit weird, I guess maybe cool for some people. This allows you to use the Mavic batteries to charge your phone or your tablet, or I'm guessing maybe other USB devices, kind of like a portable power bank that you buy for your cell phone or something like that. It's a pretty good deal. It says on their website that it ends up saving you about 82 bucks if you go with the kit. Now, the most important thing I think is looking at the positives of both of these. You look at the positives and decide what fits you. If you look at the GoPro Karma, obviously this comes with the carrying case that doubles as a backpack. That's very handy. It saves you money from having to buy one. It also comes with the screen that's included with the remote and folds up with it. It's one extra thing you don't have to worry about having with you or forgetting or something like that. It also, has the GoPro camera 5 or the Session that you can take off and use for other things. I mean, I use my GoPro for all kinds of stuff, and it's just nice to have that option to take the camera off and utilize it for something else. You get the handheld stabilizer. Again, it's just an all-in-one solution that makes it that they're going for here, and I really commend them on what they're doing and not trying to sell it all separately. If you wanted to go buy the Mavic and then also have a handheld solution, you would have to buy their Osmo or their Osmo Plus. The Osmo's $569 and the Osmo Plus is $649. So that's money you're saving with this GoPro package. Another cool thing is you get access to what's called a passenger app. And the passenger app allows you to be controlling and flying your Karma, but somebody else to be on their phone or their iPad and see the same thing that you are seeing while you're flying. And I believe they can even control the camera. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe they can even control the camera while you're flying the drone. Again, DJI has that with some stuff on their nicer drones, but you have to have 2 remotes, and it starts to get expensive on their nicer drones. One thing that GoPro does point out on their website, another plus, that you can replace the arms and landing gears. Now, if you wreck the drone, that is very nice that you could be able to replace the arm and landing gears. I don't know if you can do that on the Mavic or not, or how easy it is, or you have to send it into DJI. I'm not 100% on that. They don't say on their website specifically, so I can't give you an exact answer. Now let's look at the positives of the DJI Mavic. The Mavic, it has longer flight time, it's smaller, faster, and lighter. It can fly further away from you. There are more flight modes than the Karma. Now the flight modes are awesome on this. They've been around a lot longer, so they have been in the game more. They are probably just smarter about all of this in general. If you look at this, the Mavic flight modes they have, there's normal, which is just basic flying. There's gesture, which allows you to put the remote away and use gestures to do different things like take a picture or start recording. I'm not sure what all it can do exactly, but I know it can do those couple things. There's active track, which I haven't personally used, but it looks awesome. You can pick a subject and it'll follow that subject, or you can pick yourself and have it follow yourself and not have to worry about flying it, and it'll track them. Tap to fly, you just tap right on the screen and it'll go wherever you're tapping, and that they have that function in the Phantom 4. There's terrain follow, which will sense the terrain as it goes up and adjust its height accordingly. There's tripod, which I don't think the Phantom 4 has, but it sounds really cool. If you've ever been filming, you can see sometimes it's hard to get that smooth pan that's just perfect without a little bit of a jerk if you accidentally push too much on the joystick or something like that. This tripod mode saves that. It's always a smooth pan in either direction, and again, I've never used it, but I really love that it has that mode. That's pretty cool. Now there's some other ones that are familiar here. There's point of interest, where it will circle around a point of interest constantly. There's waypoints, where you can set a bunch of waypoints and it'll run that track. Follow me mode, where it follows you. Home lock and course lock. Now if you look at the Karma modes, they only have 4 modes besides the regular flying. One of them is droney, which is basically like a selfie, fly away. That's easy to do. I don't know why they would make that their mode. They have the cable cam, which is kind of like waypoints, but it looks like you can only pick 2 points. On DJI's platform, you can pick multiple points. On GoPros, from what I've read, it seems like you can only pick 2 points and have it fly between them. The other one they have is orbit, which is similar to the point of interest. It'll circle around a certain point. And then they have reveal, where as you're flying forward, the camera will pan from down to up. And again, these are all pretty basic modes. I don't know why they would not have tried to at least copy the modes from the Phantom 4 so it's, you know, in line with them. Now back to the positives of the Mavic. The props, they fold up and stay on. As you can see, the Karma, when it is put in its case, the props must be taken off, and then you're going to have to put them back on when you're ready to fly. That is not the case with this, which is awesome. I'm sick of taking these on and off all the time and making sure they're tight and perfect. Put them on there, they stay on. That's pretty cool how it works. They fold up, and the centrifugal force pushes them out. So even if you don't open them and spread them out yourself, once you start the engines, they're going to flip out and be ready to go. A couple other things I noticed, that the additional batteries for the Mavic are actually $10 cheaper than the Karma. They're only $89 and the Karma's $99. The additional props for the Mavic are $10 cheaper as well. They're only $9 and the Karma are $19. Alright, so Karma or Mavic, I don't know. What are you gonna pick? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching. If this was helpful to you, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And until next time, Andrew with Bootbox Media, thanks for watching.